While we're waiting for our front bracket feet to dry, I went ahead and created some supports for the back feet. We're going to dovetail these into the back feet, so this process is just like we did for the through dovetails, at least at this point, just like we did for the through dovetails on the case. I've laid out a couple of tails. Go ahead and cut those. Great. And we'll clean out the material between the tails here in a minute, and then transfer these marks onto the up. Just like we did the others. Bring the camera. And as we did with the case sides, we'll line the back brackets with the back of the feet, and we'll transfer these marks, transfer the tail marks onto the foot. And now we'll, there's one thing that's different about clearing out the pins on these feet, which I'll explain next. So the challenge with the dovetail bracket on the back foot is that this dovetail block can't sit flush with the back of the foot like it would normally do if you didn't have a back that was sliding in and out. But because this back has to have clearance, this dovetail has to be shoved forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this dovetail. Normally we might stop, just the thickness of this bracket itself. But now we're going to cut those dovetails all the way back to here. And then we'll come in and we'll cut out this waist at the end. So when we're done, the bracket will be mounted flush with this side, with this face, and the foot itself will extend past. So that should be clear now as we start to chop out all this material for the dovetails. The first thing I'm going to do is cut a saw line down the inside of each of these dovetail angles, and it's basically going to extend from this point when I'm done, from this point all the way out to here somewhere. Alright, so I stayed to the inside of my lines, and now we're just going to use a chisel and just slowly remove all this material. We'll chop down here and remove piece at a time and basically get this trapezoid region cleared out, and then shove the bracket foot all the way in to here. And I'm staying well short of the lines as I'm doing this. So I can clear back and pair right to my line. Very good. So I'll spend a little time now cleaning out to the scribe marks like I just mentioned, and that should do it. There's a couple of things that I'm observing. Flip this around. The fit isn't as great as I would like, and primarily because I'm getting a gap. Backwards here. I'm getting a gap right here on the ends, and it's tight inside. So I need to clean out just a little bit more on the very top of these, and then that should draw in nicely. But that's the idea. So now I've got a bracket foot that will be on top of the case like this, and the back will be able to slide in and out. And I'll come in with a saw and just cut out this extra. In fact, I'll probably do that now. Just come in and cut out this waste. That way it will be easier to fit this bracket moving forward.